We are going to finally give this dresser an updated makeover since it's just been sitting at the cottage for about 10 years now. We did give this piece a good clean with Fusion's TSP alternative before we began using a paint remover to help us lift out this old yellow stain. We use this on the top, bottom, and first drawer of the dresser. We spray on the remover and let it sit for about 15 minutes before we come back and start scraping off as much as we could, which is so satisfying. We then sanded down all of these areas back to the raw wood, and we did this using 120 grit sandpaper. We are going to be creating a paint wash for these spots using Fusion's milk paint in the color Toasted Coconut. Milk paint is so easy to use. All you need to do is mix 1 part water to 1 part paint, and then you paint it beautiful. And since we wanted a rustic, more transparent look, we did come back and wipe off the excess milk paint in order to give us this desired look. And once the milk paint was dried, we sealed it with some hemp oil. And then for the favorite part of this makeover, we added some details with a paint stencil onto the top drawer. To get the best results, you want to tape the stencil into place so that it doesn't move. And then the most important part is having as little paint on your brush as possible. You want to dip your brush into the paint and then dab off the excess into a paper towel. And because this stencil has very thin lines, we are going to be using the dabbing method instead of swirling. And isn't the most satisfying part peeling back this seal? And then for the rest of the piece, it was painted in the color Bellwood by Fusion Mineral Paint. And this wood really absorbed the paint, and we ended up only doing 1 coat for the finish that we wanted. And now these new handles really tie everything together, and we couldn't be happier with how this turned out. It is such a difference from where we started, and we love how this looks.